This bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. First, fighting out of the Mad Tatter red corner, he weighed in at 139 pounds, holds a record of 1 win with 2 losses, 1 by way of knockout, and fights out of National Martial Arts in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Cody Jordan. And his opponent, fighting out of the OEB blue corner, he weighed in at 139 pounds, holds a record of 2 wins with 3 losses, 2 by way of knockout, and fights out of Morristown, Tennessee, Chris Pritchard. Your referee for the action is Nate Jolly.
Nate Jolly, our referee all night here tonight in Newport. Cody Jordan and Chris Pritchard both weighed in at 139 pounds for the super lightweight bout. 3 2-minute rounds in kickboxing, touch of gloves, and we are underway. Exchange of kicks to begin, and then a body kick from Jordan.
Yeah, I think you're going to want to see Cody's going to want to probably keep the distance and circle. Oh, there's a low blow.
Wow, less than 30 seconds in, a low blow.
So it begins.
Let's hope that's not a sign for the rest of the night.
For real.
It's amazing. Sometimes we'll have a full card and you won't see that once, and then other times you get a flurry of
it. Seems contagious, and we've got we've got Nick Baker still to come tonight, so we may have more.
And wow, you see Cody Jordan in those camouflage trunks, really trying to get things together, and Chris Pritchard in the red trunks. I'm sure the pain is being felt throughout the crowd here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like that affected him pretty good, but he's going to shake it off. He's got up to 5 minutes. It looks like he's not going to take the full 5 though.
First of 2 kickboxing bouts. Our next one is going to be a Thai kickboxing bout right after this one. Differences with the Thai? What are the differences there?
You know, the Thai kickboxing is really what we want to start moving towards with everyone, because it's more of a primer for MMA. They're allowed to clinch and they're allowed the knee to the body. So the guys that are using this to potentially gear towards MMA, that's a very good middle ground, and they use a lot of the same techniques that they would use in MMA in the Thai fights.
And the guys that kickbox, you think that's a pretty easy transition for them, or is that another level because it is closer to MMA?
You know, it's just different. Guys that train, there are some teams that are just very, very Thai oriented. That's all they'll do. They won't do American style kickboxing like this. But you know, it just depends on what they train. It's a lot different once they're allowed to clinch up and throw knees. If they don't train that kind of thing, then it can make a big difference. Looks like he's up and about to get to it.
All right, so Cody Jordan, those camouflage trunks, still stretching, using his time, and he took a low blow from Chris Pritchard over in the red trunks. Less than 30 seconds in here. 3 2-minute rounds in kickboxing in a super lightweight bout to get things started here at Apex Fights 11, along with Tim Loy. I am Vince Ferrara. David Robbins will be our analyst a little bit later on tonight. Appreciate you joining us here at FlowCombat.com.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back out here and do this.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to be crazy busy later, so David will do a good job when I tag out here after the next one.
Nice kick from Pritchard.
Cody returned, though, with another one. They're trading leg kicks.
Both of them pretty crisp in those kicks. And a nice flurry from Jordan.
Yeah, Cody's kind of countering, kind of waiting on Chris to throw, and then he'll return.
Jordan, experience in MMA as well. Is that an advantage when you have MMA fights, a spinning kick from Jordan? When you go kickboxing to MMA and then back to kickboxing, how much does that prepare you, or is it much different?
I think it kind of depends on the fighter, but you know, if a guy has done MMA, then they're probably going to be a little less nervous about going in there to kickbox, whereas vice versa. You know, even if you've done some kickboxing, you might be a little more nervous, and once you start gearing towards MMA, oh, nice kick from Cody Jordan.
Pritchard had been sort of leaning, and now Pritchard charges in. And Pritchard sometimes leans to his right, and I think that's where Jordan sent the kick with that left kick to the head. And we'll see if he does it again. Now Pritchard a little wild and charging in on Cody Jordan.
Yeah, this is a close round. This is it's kind of a hard one to call, but so far I think Cody has been the more crisp and has landed a few more. Whereas at the same time, Chris has pressed forward several times in the round. It's a close one.
Final 10 seconds of round number 1. Jordan, late flurry, trying to steal this with the judges, and Pritchard no answer in the final seconds. He retreats. And Jordan maybe making an impression with the judges. How would you score that first round?
Yeah, if it like I said, it was close going there to the end, but if it was close, then he definitely sealed the deal there on that last flurry. I'd give that one 10-9, Cody Jordan.
Our judges here tonight at Valor Fights presents Apex Fights 11, James Lyles, Steve Leach, and Jason Burrill. Our referee throughout the night will be Nate Jolly, and you will see throughout the night our ring girls, Kendall and Shelby, and then, of course, my analyst for this fight and the first couple, Tim Lohr, the president of Valor Fights. And talk about real quick while we have a second some of the upcoming events going to be in Cookeville, Johnson City coming up at Valor Fights.
Yeah, we're gearing up for a big summer. We've got Cookeville coming up in 2 weeks. On June the 4th, that'll be the first time that we've been in Cookeville, so we're excited to showcase some of the Middle Tennessee talent there on that card. And then back to the Tri-Cities, which is one of our main markets. June the 25th will be in Gray, actually, which is kind of in between Kingsport and Johnson City. We're excited for both those.
So you can get much more, valorfights.com, anytime you need to check up on upcoming events. You get to the live stream at flowcombat.com as well. Great to have them with us here on this great event here in Newport, Tennessee, and it's Jordan once again on the attack early in round number 2 as Pritchard missed with a kick. Change of the kicks there, and Jordan got the better of it.
Pritchard needs to start stringing more together. He's just kind of going for one big one at a time, whereas Cody's doing a little better job of stringing together some combos.
Jordan on the prowl and takes a front kick from Pritchard. Pritchard just sticking the jab, but hadn't really been able to establish it and connect with it.
Cody's doing a good job of just kind of holding the middle. He's kind of standing his ground there in the middle and letting Chris come to him.
What do you think of Jordan? That front leg lifts it up. Talk about that style and what he's trying to accomplish with that.
Well, he's actually fighting with more of a tie stance. Oh, nice flurry there. That's going to be a knockdown.
And Pritchard
might not get up.
Pritchard is grimacing like he took a low blow, but a lot of the flurry was upstairs, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't see anything low. It looked like it was all to the head. I guess we'll have the ability to have a look at that here in a minute.
Yeah, maybe there was a kick in that flurry that might have gotten low, but. And Pritchard says he's ready, but he is still grimacing and hunched over.
Yeah, he's not in a good way right here. I wouldn't be surprised for Cody to kind of turn it on here, maybe get him out of there, but it looks like he doesn't want to.
Jordan has not attacked, though. Took a look at his camp, at his corner.
Yeah, he's going to cruise through this, it looks like.
Final 10 seconds, and
here it comes.
Jordan, there's a kick.
There's a flurry. Oh, nice kick. He's really putting them together now. Pritchard fires back, showing some heart.
At first I thought Jordan was giving Pritchard some extra time to gather himself, even though the fight had been restarted. And then in the final 10 seconds, he turned it on.
It seems like he was. It really seems like he was. So I'm actually kind of glad to see he turned it on there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, if they restart the fight, he's their game, right?
Yeah, no doubt. If Chris stands up and says that he wants to continue fighting, then, it's up to him to protect himself.
So it certainly depends on what Pritchard's status is, how he's feeling. But if you're in his corner, what are you telling him? Clearly down 2-0 in cards.
He obviously needs a finish here. That he lost that round 10-8, so there's no way that he can get a decision here. He's got to get a finish. But at the same time, if he's hurt and it looks like he's struggling on his corner over here, you can't go all out and risk getting injured or getting knocked out. So. He needs to press the pace here. There's no doubt if he wants to win.
And for Cody Jordan, just much the same. Do you want him to try to finish this? Do you want him to just not overexert himself and put himself in a vulnerable situation? How do you approach it?
I'd like to see Cody show a little bit of killer instinct here and go for a finish, personally.
That's what he did with that first kick. Pritchard charged in, but he ate a punch on the way in. Pritchard's face quite red. He charges in.
We're seeing some good improvements from Cody here. We haven't seen him kickbox here in a good long while, over a year at least, and he's improved a lot. Oh, that one was low.
I think that was after it hit his front leg, and then on the follow through, I think is when it caught him.
I think you're right.
It was almost like just above the knee, and then it kept going and it caught him low.
Like we were talking earlier, you were asking about kind of Cody's stance, and
yeah.
He's using more of a Thai stance. So the fight that we're going to see next, which is a Thai rules fight, it may be something that Cody's going to start gearing towards that style of fighting. Well, like I said, I really kind of want it's really kind of what I want to go towards anyway. So hopefully a few months from now, that's all you'll see.
Do not enough fighters use kickboxing as a developmental to work their way into amateur MMA, in your opinion?
I think that a lot of guys that have no background at all, should do it more. But guys, the guys that have, a good pedigree a background when it comes to, be it wrestling or jiu-jitsu or something, it doesn't necessarily, it's not the same as MMA, but you've at least got a base. And so, those type guys, not necessarily, they don't necessarily have to do the kickboxing to get ready. I would encourage it, though, really, because it doesn't affect your MMA record. It gets you out here under the lights in front of the crowd. And, if you have nerves, then it's a good way to shake them.
We're back underway after the low blow from Pritchard, and those two chatting up, laughing, and wow, here comes Jordan. No let up this time, and here charges in as Pritchard once again.
Look outside.
Jordan looking for a finish. It's that killer instinct that Tim mentioned. Oh, and that one was close to being low, and Jordan is frustrated.
And that's two in this round. I wonder if we'll see a point here.
I don't think Jordan agrees with that. I thought that was right around the belt, personally.
I'd like to see it again. Yeah, that's hard to say. We'll just have to speculate.
just live, and certainly it you can be wrong, but I thought that was around the belt, very close to it, and Jordan's taking advantage of this. He'll look over to his corner. No communication during this time when you're in a neutral corner, right, with your guy.
Right. The coach can't instruct his fighter during these injury timeouts. They'll instruct the fighter to go to a neutral corner.
Nate Jolly going to allow Pritchard the full 5. Those two talk, and Jordan acknowledging him a little bit. But the initial reaction of Jordan, it was, Jordan just told him, I can't afford to do that again. I don't want to get a point deducted. Actually, he has a little bit of a cushion where you actually could, right?
Yeah, he had the knockdown there in the second round, so he probably could withstand this point deduction and still get the decision.
While we have a sec, let's get your thoughts on the main events tonight. 3 title fights. Start with the main event with Mitchell Fleming against Trevor Wilds for the Apex welterweight title.
Hey, I'm excited for that one. That's 2 undefeated guys. Trevor's from right here in Newport. He's the fan favorite here. Mitchell's from Kingsport. Great team, Bushido, on the rise up there. And so 2 5-0 guys. Somebody's always got to go.
And the new Spartan, Gabe Robinson, against Nick Haymaker Baker, who we've seen a whole bunch here at Valor Fights.
Yeah, Nick, he's a mainstay with us here. That's a great fight. It's a style of clashes there. Nick Baker's more of the striker. Gabe's kind of more a wrestler, grappler.
Good head kick from Pritchard as we're back underway here.
Nice straight right from Cody. Nice body kick though from Chris. He's coming out with a little bit of spark here this last bit of the third round.
I think that low blow did help him kind of regather himself a little bit, get some energy back. We've seen Jordan in the first 2 rounds. Wow.
That body kick, yeah, that was nice.
Jordan has finished strong in the first 2 rounds. We're in the third and final round, 3 2-minute rounds. We'll see if he tries to finish strong here to close.
Big left head kick there from Cody Jordan. He's starting to get busy again. Chris Pritchard fires back out off of the cage. Now they're trading
back out.
Corner. And now we go to the end of the round, and Cody's turned it on like he has the first 2 rounds. Oh, spinning back, or it's not really a spinning back fist, but a back fist definitely caught him.
back glove.
Yeah.
Quite the action there in that third round. That was exciting.
Yeah. Those guys, they both turned it on in the third round and went for it, man. So both those guys, props to them. They both look good out there. I've got to give it to Cody again in the third round, though.
Yeah. And Cody Jordan with a win would even his record at 2-2 in kickboxing, and Chris Pritchard would fall to 2-4. We'll see as it goes to the judges' scorecards. All right, we've talked about two of the title fights already. Let's get your thoughts on the Apex middleweight title on the line between Khalil Boyd and Lance Abbott later tonight.
Yeah, man, both of those guys are tough 185ers. Khalil is just an athletic specimen. He comes from Memphis, young strapping kid, and he's won 2 in a row. He's looking to get his first title. Lance Abbott has had a couple cracks at belts before with Apex. He's come up short, though, in both of those. He lost to Doug Williams, and he lost to Trevor Wilds here. So, he's lost 2 in a row. Khalil's won 2 in a row, so they're kind of in opposite directions right now. We'll see. That's definitely an interesting one.
And a lot of great sponsors helping put together. Valor Fights presents Apex Fights 11. We're in Newport, Tennessee here tonight. Coming to you live cage side with Tim Loy. I am Vince Farrar. David Robbins will join us a little bit later on. David Robbins is going to have one of his guys from his camp in our next Thai kickboxing fight, as Dakota Pell will take on Blake Stollard in a amateur Thai kickboxing bout. That is next here at Valor Fights presents Apex Fights 11. 3 titles on the line tonight. Welterweight, Apex welterweight title, the Apex lightweight title, and the Apex middleweight title all on the line here tonight in Newport. See Cody Jordan there, excited. He knows that he's won this one. And Jordan controlled all 3 rounds. Rallied from the low blow as well. That's another thing for Jordan. Had that low blow early, but he kept going, and Pritchard certainly had a couple of his own as well. Our judges, James Lyle, Steve Leach, Jason Burrell. This goes to the judges' scorecard.
We've actually had a change in judges tonight. Jason Burrell had a death in his family, so he's unable to make it tonight. So our very own Shamir Peshawal will be seated to your left tonight, judging.
Okay. Very good. There she is. We'll await the scorecards from our judges. Just a quick word on Flow Combat. Exciting to have them on board and helping us out. We'll have you talk about that in 1 second. Scorecards are ready. Let's go to Jennifer in the cage.
After 3 rounds, we go to your judges' scorecard for decision. All 3 judges scored this bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the Mad Tatter red corner, Cody Johnson.
Looks like he didn't get credit for that knockdown.